Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 4 of this SS Normandie tutorial. Today's focus will be the stern section of the ship's main hull, and also the middle section, basically the sides of the hull, connecting back to the front. So that is the focus for today. It's not as complex as the bow section, which we've done in part 3, but it's still complex, but just not as heartbreaking or heart-wrenching as the bow section. But something I want to point out about the bow section. If we go to the back end of the bow, the last section that we built on the on section 27, it's the top row of that should be 21 high. So this is the lowest point basically of the top of the hull, because the hull slopes up as you can see. But the lowest point of the top, which is section 27, is 21 blocks high. So I just want to point that out. So before you have any complaints or anything, I think I did point it out in the first video as well. So the red was 19, I think. In the top was the black was 21. Yeah. Right. Anyway, we're off to the stern now. Now, like on the previous video with the bow, I have numbered each section of the stern, so it makes life a little bit easier. Before we go ahead and build anything, I've got to add a white line. So if we go to the center point of the stern, and you'll see I've numbered it. So the middle line of the stern, which is in line with the keel, is section 0, and then either side of that is section 1, and then section 2, 3, 4, all the way out to 27, which is the outside edge of the ship. Right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start from the center and work my way around to on the right hand side. So from section 0 to 21, what you're going to do is build the white line overhanging the edge of the ship by 1 block. So overhang there, and then the next row overhang. As you can see, it overhangs by 1, and you're going to do this all the way to section 21. So you can see we're overhanging like that. That's section 15, 16, so it overhangs by 1. Section 17 overhangs by 1. Section 18 overhangs by 1. And section 19. Section 20. And then finally section 21. So that's 21 sections. So you can see the white line overhangs the edge of the ship, or the edge of the red sections, by 1 block. So that's what I'm trying to get at there. From section 22, it's going to overhang by 4. So I just fly down here. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you build 5 blocks with 4 overhanging. So that's section 22. And then section 23 to 27 overhangs by 3. So we just go 1 and then 1, 2, 3. Next one along, we add 1 and then 1, 2, 3. So it overhangs by 3. So that's 24, then 25, and then 26, and then finally 27. So it overhangs by 3, like that. So that's overhanging by 3, and what I do is just connect the rest of the white line above the red. Well, not be connecting it, just filling in the rest of it. Right, so there we go, that's the white line added on the stern, and what you can do is from section 27 build all the way forward to connect to the bow section at the front. So I think I'll just do that as quick as I can, then I can just copy and paste it to the other side. So I just carry on the white line all the way along the edge to connect to the way to the rest of the bow, to the rest of the hull, the bow section, or the rest of the white line if you like. So just fill this in all the way forward, and eventually we'll end up there. And there we are. Right, so there we are. So that's the white line all added. What I do, I just copy it, and then I shall flip it over and paste it on the other side, so it saves having to build it there. So we'll get this all out of the way, and then we can start the big build. which is not something I'm looking forward to, but hey ho, there we go. Alright, up to the centre there, and we just go copy, flip to the right, and then we paste. And there we go, that's both sides done. So that is the white line added on both sides. So, right, now for the next job, like on the in the previous video where I built the bow, although it's meant to be black, and as you saw at the beginning of this video it's black, I built it in white originally just for the purpose of being able to see. My advice, well, I'm not saying not my advice, but that's what I was doing, you know, so it's basically just so I could see. I should do that the same with the stern, but you carry on building it in black, because that's the colour it's meant to be. As you can tell on the prototype over there, it's meant to be black, but I'm going to build it in white just for the purpose of being able to see, and then I can use weld edit to change it to black. So that's my me ranting on, but that's just me covering why I'm building it in white. Now you just have to remember that the white is not connected with the white line. So when I return to change it from black to white, I leave the white line white, but the rest of the hull black. Anyway, that's enough of that crap. So what I'm going to do, go from section 0 again, which is the centre, and of course all the sections are numbered. So from section number 0, which is the middle one, to section 18, I think. So yeah, from section 0 to 18 it's going to be the same design. So what I'll do, I'll start from the middle and then copy it round to section 18, or all the way round to 18. So what we want to do on section number 0, you want to build up 2, and then up 2, and then up 2, like that. So it's 2, 2, 2. Remember it being in black. And then you build backwards from the top here. You go back 2, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 rows of 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 rows of 2 like that. And then on the top of that row of 2, you go 1 block back on top of it and put a single block there like that. So it goes up, and you got a single block there like that on the top. And then forward of that, you want to build 2. So you go 1, 2 like that, and then 2 rows of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that is the shape of your stern. As you can see on the prototype one in the distance, it goes up, curvy, and then sort of doubles back on itself. So that is the shape of your stern, vaguely. And then you just want to copy that same design to the next 18 rows. So you just copy it to section 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to section 18. So what I'm going to do, I use copy paste for this because I can. So up to that one, and I shall copy it from the bottom. So if I can copy it there, so that's 0, and then we go section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5, section 6, section 7, section 8, section 9, yep, and then section 10, section 11, section 12, section 13, section 14, section 15, section 16, section 17, and then section 18. So there we go, that's all 18 plus the middle in place, and you should end up with something like that. It looks weird, but when it's all done it should look fine. But that is all 18 sections in place. Well, 18 plus the middle, so that's 19 really. And yeah, then basically all we want to do is do the same on the other side. It's basically go from the centre round to section 18. Of course, remember looking at the numbers. You've got the 0 in the middle, and then you got 1, 2, 3 all the way up to the side. Right, so that is the 18 ones done. So what we want to do now is move on to section 19. 19 is a solitary one. It's the only one section with this specific design. So on section 19 you want to build up 2 like that, and then up 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, so it's 1, 2, 3, like that, and then back 2, so 2 that way, and then 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then change the direction, we go up 2, so up 2 like that, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, wrong way, sorry, so 1, 2, 3, 4, building it the wrong way, sorry, so it's up 2, then up 4 like that, and then what we'll do is behind or forward of that, so you change the direction again, you build up 2 like that, and then 2, and then 1, so recap again, yeah, so it was up 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, and then 2 back, 3 back, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of 2, then up 2, up 2, and then up 4, and then on the front block of that 4, you build up 2, then 2, and then 1. So it's sort of it's the same sort of thing as what's on the rest of the stern, but it's a more shallow curve, more of a shallow hook. So that's number 19. Now we move on to section 20, which is another another individual section. So section 20, we build up 2, so we build up 2, and then 3 again, so 1, 2, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, so 2 and 2, and then back 3, so 1, 2, 3, I think this is right, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 2 like that, and then up 2 like that, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then on the forward edge of that thing, we've got the building of the hook. So I'm going to build up 3, so 1, 2, 3 like that. So you can see that the curve is more shallow, and it don't look too bad. It looks weird at the moment, but when it's all finished out, it will look fine, so don't worry. Right, so now on to section 21. So that was section 20, I just double check. So that was, yep, that was 20. So now on to 21. On the edge here, I want to build, and I'll just change my page here because I don't want to end up reading too much at a time. I haven't got any sticky notes. Hang on. Yeah. Right, use that one. Right, so now on to section 21. Just double check. Yep, 21. Right, section 21. You build back 2. So build back 2 like that, and then 3 rows of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 like that, and then on the front edge you build up 2, so 1, 2 like that, and once again that's the hook becoming more shallow. So that was section 21. So now down to 22. Yep, 22, which is dunk, that one. So section 22. Just change my notes again. I don't want to read too much at a time. So section 22. We want to build 5 back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 4 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the front edge again you build up 2, so 1, 2 like that, and there we go. That is the hook, ever so slightly more shallow. Just keeping in mind that this is 21 high as well. From the first row at the bottom up to the top should be 21, so the same height as the bottom, or the same height as the back row of the bow. So that was what section was that? That was section 22. So now on to section 23. Section 23. So section 23, you want to build back 5. So hang on, that's 23, isn't it? Yep. So on 23, you build back 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 4 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 rows of 2. And then up 2. So up 2. And then up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is that. So now that the hook has now been removed, it's now just a flat line, or flatter line. So that's section 23 done. Now on to section 24. Just double check that's 24. Yep. And once again, just change my notes so I don't read too much or cross read. So on section 24. I want to build back 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a row of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 4 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's fine. And then up 2, like that. And then up 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. And that is now a completely flat section. So it's gone from really pointy to flat. Right, so that was section 24, wasn't it? That was section 24. Yep, now we're on to section 25. So I've just got to change the page on my notes. Section 25. So, now what we'll do here, section 25, 26 and 27 are all the same. So this is basically a copy-paste thing. So we're on section 25, so the next 2 rows afterwards would be the same. Right, so on section 25, you build back 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 3 rows of 2. So 2, 2, 2. And then up 2, like that. And then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And there we go. That's the same height as the others, isn't it? Yep, that's fine. So that's the top of that. So that's section 25. So what we want to do is just copy that to section 26 and 27. I won't bother copy paste it. I just read it as I go. So section 26 is the same, of course. So you want 4 back, and then 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 rows of 2. 2, 2, 2. And then up 2. And then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there we are. And then the next section along, section 27, is back, or same again, so back 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 2, 2, 2, up 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that is all the sections of the stern in place. And it's quite a large stern, as you can tell. But it don't look too bad, do it? So, right, so the next job we want to do is to fill in all the gaps between each section. So I'll just fly onto the inside. And then I can just start filling in the gaps. So the gaps between each rib on the inside edge, just fill in the gaps. Like so. Fill in a few there, and there's a few gaps down here. Gap there, and there, and there. A couple here. And then next section along. Fill in the gaps. This is probably the more difficult job, filling in all these gaps. Well, not so difficult, but more mundane. But it needs to be done. Next section along. So I'll just do a few, then I can do a jump cut and fill it the rest in off camera. So there we are, that's the first few sections done. So just fly around the other side and you can see that the stern should look something like, although yours should be black, of course mine being white, but that's how it should look anyway. Any colour, or in any colour. So that's the first few sections done. So what I do a jump cut while I fill in the rest, and then we can go from there. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. Now I've filled in all the gaps of the stern, and now the stern should look something like this. Ridiculously ugly, but hey ho, it's there. And just quickly fly around. Of course I haven't done the other side yet, so that's something for in a minute. But on the inside it should all look something like this. And yes, it does look weird, but hey ho, never mind. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to quickly do, well, not a jump cut, but I'm going to quickly copy, paste, and then, or copy, flip, then paste. So copy from there to the centre, and then flip, paste, and that will be the stern done. So everything should be fine. So of course there's no straight edge here to paste from. I'm going to build up a bit. So up to there. And then we go, this may not work, hang on, copy, and then we flip to the right, and then we paste. Yay, it worked. My voice nearly died then. Right, there we go, there's the stern all added. And it should all look something like this. It's massive, it's ugly, that's Normandy for you. May look ugly, but it's a sort of a unique thing of beauty. The real one anyway, not my one. So there we are, that's the stern all added. And don't look too bad, do it? So, the next job for me to do is to change its colour. So now I've got to I'll do the same thing again. So what I'm going to do, I should do replace the quartz with black. So quartz with black. So there we are, that's one side done, that's all changed in colour. That's the proper colour. So I do the same on the other side. There we go, from that block to the centre block. And we should be fine. I've got to build it up again, so I've got to go 1, 2, 3 to there. And then same again, so there we go, that's the stern all changed in colour. So that's now proper hull colour. You didn't have to do that because you build it in black anyway, hopefully. And that's the stern all done. So the next job to do is to connect the stern to the bow, which shouldn't be a difficult job, well for me anyway. So basically all you want to do is just build black blocks from the end here all the way forward to the height of 21. But seeing I have welded it, I'm going to cheat. So I'm going to straighten off this edge here and then build it forward, so this shouldn't take no more than a couple of months. Kind of comparable to southern trains at the moment. So that's the height, and now just go from here all the way forward to the bottom of the bow, and then the side should be filled in. And I've got to straighten the edge off to the bow as well, and I just knocked a ruler on the floor. Right, down to the bottom of the bow. And I've still got the labels on, so I'll have to remove them soon. So I'll go to there, we go set, black, to there. And I was advised to use concrete, but I don't have the latest version of Minecraft at the moment, so apologies there. Anyway, that's the the side connected to the stern, and now all I need to do is just straighten the edge off from the bow to the side. So I go from the top height of the bow, which is 21 there. So just build all the way back to connect to that section of hull. And yep, there we go. That is the same height. So there we are. That's the right height. So what I need to do now is just fill in this gap. So I'll do a few blocks and then I'll do a jump cut, I think. I can't really see what I'm doing because it's so dark. It's not a issue with the games. The blocks are black. I've got light reflecting on the screen, which really doesn't help. So much for the British summertime. It's meant to be raining. I'm just saying that I've got washing on the lines. I better bring that in a minute. So there we go, there's the first few sections filled in. I'll do a couple more and then I'll do a jump cut and fill in the rest. So, not too far to go. I don't want to be doing too much of this. Anyway, that's another few sections filled in. So I'll do a jump cut while I fill in this gap here. Then I can do the other side. So back in a mo. Okay, back again. Now I've filled in the gap in the this side of the hull. And now the bow and the stern is now connected. And this thing is so big, can't get it all in one frame because of the stern is in the fog over there. I would increase the chunk distance, but I don't want to. It causes lag. Well, I've done this. I've straightened the edges off on this side. So basically, all I need to do is just go from this point to the stern point, and then this side will be done. So that will complete the hull of the what's that called? Normandie. Yeah. So this will complete the hull of the Normandie. Down to there. Set back, and there we go. That is the hull all complete. When it finishes loading, there we go. So there we are, that's the Normandie's hull complete. There is still more bits to go on the top though, because you got the bow section, or the white section of the bow will be added on top, which is still more curving blocks, so that will be for something later on. One more job we can do today, not essential, well it is essential eventually, but you don't have to do it straight away, is to add the top deck of the, the main deck of the ship. So basically, we go from the stern, the back end of the ship, find the centre block. Well, it doesn't really have to be the centre block, just along the top row here. So start filling in start filling in the deck rather. From this point onwards, all the way to the front. And of course, although it's at the top of the hull on the stern, it won't be on the top of the hull at the bow because the bow slopes upwards. So just build this deck completely straight, all the way forward, all the way to the front. It'll probably take about 3.5 months. Single-handedly, so good luck with it. So I'm just going to use the fill tool for this. So I'll plonk myself there. I'm going to use fill wood by 300. This may take a while. Probably have to do this a couple of times because it's quite a large ship, as you know already. You can't even see at the front of it. I mean, it's all the way in the distance. Can't really see the other one as well either because it's in the fog as well. Might need to do a jump cut with the way this is going. Well, I could rant on about other things as well. There is the way I've built this ship. The layout of the decks is 4 blocks between each deck. This is something that has been requested as well several times. So I can't remember the name of who asked for that, but he wanted it for the I think it was for the Majestic, but I haven't got around to doing Majestic, so I've sort of incorporated that into Normandie. So each deck, apart from the bridge, is 4 blocks apart, so you've got a 4-block gap between each deck. So that is something that I've incorporated into this design, and the deck is not filled in yet, so I should do a jump cut, so bear with me a second. Right, there we go, that's the deck filled in, well, part of the deck filled in, so yeah, that's that. So we'll fly forward now and fill in the rest of it. This may take a while as well, so I think I should have done 400 rather than 300, but we're getting there. I mean, we're nearly at the bow. I actually see it now, so what I'm going to do, just do the same again and fill in that area and use the fill tool again. Fill wood 300, and hopefully it won't take as long this time, as it's about 3,000 less blocks. Or is it? No, it's actually 5,000 less blocks, so it shouldn't take as long. Jump cut again. Okay, that's that section done. Now as you move forward and see if the deck is in place. But I think, yep, the deck is all in place on the bow. So there we are. All the way up to the bow the deck goes. You can see the hull rises up. That's no big issue. That's meant to be like that. So there will be more sections to go on top of the bow here, which will be white sections. So that is all of the hull done, and that deck added. So that is pretty much all the building we're going to be doing for today. And the ship don't look too bad. She's kind of how she looked after being salvaged from New York Harbour, but those things happen. Anyway, that's the building. Just fly over to the prototype, and you'll see that the white section, as you can see here, that I've already pointed out. Well, I've already got labels on it as well in preparation for building and writing down notes. But the right section will be added on top. It will straighten out the top of the hull for the beginning of the superstructure. So that will probably be for the next part, which is part 5. And that will focus on the forecastle, which is what this white section is, and the beginning of the superstructure. So there's still plenty more to do, as you can tell, but we've got the hard part out the way anyway. So the bow's done, the stern's done, the hull's done, so we don't need to focus any more on that, in theory. But hey ho, there we go. So that is pretty much it for this part. This is part 4 over with, and like I said, part 5 will be the white section of the superstructure, or the white section of the top of the bow for the forecastle deck. But that would be for another day. So this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing, and I keep moving the mouse wheel around. So yeah, this is me disappearing, and I shall return in part 5, hopefully, and I shall see you then. So well, you'll hear me from then, or hear me then. So yeah, this is me disappearing, and I shall return then. So bye for now.